Hi, it's Jon Bailey with Cybertron.com, and we're here to interview the writer of Transformers Bumblebee.
Can you do it in the voice?
I can't. Which voice do you want me to do?
Both. I'd like you to just alternate.
We're here with the writer of Bumblebee, the only logical choice for this film.
I can't do Soundwave without the effects, sorry.
Oh, it's so great.
Very quickly, I just want to know what your prior knowledge about the franchise and characters were before going into it.
Just as a kid, I grew up with Transformers. I'm the youngest of three sisters, and
well,
presumably not three sisters, but I inherited all of my Transformers toys, which meant they came to me often with pieces missing, which made them very, very hard to transform. I also will confess that while I grew up playing with Transformers and watching the cartoons, I am embarrassingly bad at transforming the Transformers toys. When I received my Bumblebee, I was like, shit, I can't get it back into its original form! Make a car, damn it!
What research did you do into doing any specific lines for specific characters?
Good question.
Because they each have their own kind of personality.
They do, and honestly, I have to confess with the Cybertron stuff, that was very much a collaborative effort. I cannot take all credit for that. I also think Travis just did an amazing job bringing it to life. He did such a great job doing that. So no, that was a team thing, and I relied on the team for that. In terms of research generally for the thing, that was all. You know, we did Transformers Writers' Room in 2015, and we did a full hardcore week of Transformers School.
There's a Transformers School.
I have my degree.
How close to the final version of the film was it to your original draft, or your original idea for the story?
That is so hard to say because it went through so many different iterations, all of which, to me, I can never remember which order everything came in. The heart of it has always stayed the same. It was always, from the very first kind of notion that I pitched, I always wanted the story of this young girl who was kind of broken and had a hole in her heart, essentially, who meets this broken robot, and these two kind of broken characters coming together, healing one another, and having this kind of arc together. That has always stayed true. Her character has always stayed very true. But no, there's definitely pieces where it got bigger. It started originally, the story was just one girl and one robot. Oh, sorry, there were obviously other humans, but yeah, it was really just kind of a small thing about the two of them set in this small town. It lent even harder into the Amblin kind of small town feel. And then it kind of grew and expanded. What we quickly realized is that, like, yes, it was exciting to do something new with the franchise, but we also wanted to give people fun. Like, the more you see, the better. Sorry, Blitzwing was always in the opening, but yeah, we got to bring in more, and that prologue was a later addition, and it was so exciting to see that come to life. The first time I saw that, I was so blown away.
Was there anything that you really loved that you wrote that ended up not making it into the film?
Yes, and it was that toy thing, because I remembered as a kid that feeling of, you're so close to making it back into a car and you just can't and you want to squeeze it. So there used to be a scene as they're escaping the airbase where they have like helped him transform because he's just come back to life and he's kind of broken, and there's one bit that doesn't quite fit and they're in the back seat and there's a gap and you can see the ground rushing between them and they're like trying to force it and they're like pulling it, and then finally Bumblebee just like forces it together and snaps off his license plate.
Oh no.
Because I remember doing that.
I snapped a
forcing it,
Bumblebee.
Snapping off the license plate.
I broke off an arm.
Yeah.
Many fans have noticed the similarities to like E.T. and Iron Giant. What were the influences that you drew inspiration from?
Amblin, all Amblin. Like I loved Spielberg growing up, but not just E.T. E.T. for sure, but also, you know, his other movies that he produced as well as directed. You know, The Goonies a little bit. A lot of those like small town feels. Those movies that felt timeless and universal. Like, yes, they were 80s movies, but they also just felt like they were set in another time, in another world, and where for the kids and like the young people in the movie, like it feels like the whole world.
It just fits, right?
Yeah.
Was there a backstory that you had in mind for Dropkick and Shatter? Because they're new characters.
Was there a backstory in mind?
Yeah, did you have something in mind for them already?
No, I mean, I just loved the idea of playing with these characters. I loved seeing a strong female Transformer and to see a Decepticon who's a badass woman. And the fact that we got Angela Bassett was just insane. Just took it to a whole new level. But I just love playing with that dynamic between them. I like the kind of, they're the bad buddy cop people, you know what I mean? And that was just kind of fun. Like the fact that she's the brain and he's kind of the brawn and has like a deliciousness about, you know, doing bad things. I just loved it. It was a really fun dynamic to play with.
Cool. All right, I have quick rapid fire questions. Just one answer things.
Okay.
If you could transform her into Transformer, what would it be?
Ravage cassette.
Okay. What was your favorite Transformers character or toy?
Ravage, the cassette, is my favorite. I loved it.
What kind of car did you drive in the 80s or as far back as you went.
Definitely not driving a car in the 80s. I was around, but no one would have let me drive a car.
How about this? Have first car.
My first car was a very beat-up VW Polo.
Jeez, you're perfect for this. Are there any Easter eggs we missed?
Are you kidding? How could you have missed anything? I feel like every tiny little thing has been fought over. No, someone has found everything in this movie.
What's Bumblebee 2 about? Oh, darn it! I almost got you.
That was a really good trick. I was like, oh, almost.
Thank you so much.
So good to meet you.
All right.